In the heart of Berlin's Steglitz district sits an average-looking branch of the Volksbank. Across the street, there's an ordinary parking garage, but below its asphalt, a secret lurked, a 45-meter tunnel stretching from the garage straight into the bank's vault. And the culprit? Not a high-tech gang, but just two men who pulled off one of the most astonishing bank heists in German history with a meticulousness that would have made Hollywood screenwriters jealous. This was a caper so professional, even seasoned detectives couldn't believe their eyes. To this day, much about this crime remains a mystery. No one is exactly sure what the thieves were after. This is the unbelievable story of the tunnel robbery of Berlin Steglitz. It's Monday, January 14th, 2013. There's snow on the streets of Berlin. It's cold, gray, and dreary. At about 4 in the morning, the fire alarm goes off inside the vault of the Steglitz Volksbank. Just minutes later, a local sees smoke billowing from the underground garage across the road. The fire department and police rush over. At first, it seems like just another routine fire, but what they discover leaves them stunned. Down in the bank's basement, about 300 safety deposit boxes have been forced open. Jewelry, cash, coins, valuable items, some left lying scattered about, as if the robbers didn't even care to take them all. But more shocking than the loot is what they find in the wall, a person-sized hole. Behind it, a tunnel, reinforced and professional, running right from the garage to the vault. 4 meters below ground, winding and sturdy, supported with wooden beams. This wasn't the work of amateurs. This was like something out of a mining operation or a military excavation. Investigators jump into action. Quickly, they realize this break-in was prepared over years. Back in 2011, almost 2 years before the robbery, one of the future burglars rents a safety deposit box at this very bank. He scouts the vault, measures everything precisely. No one suspects a thing. Thanks to German banking privacy laws, the employee leaves the room during his visit, and there are no surveillance cameras in the vault. A year later, the other accomplice leases 4 spaces in the parking garage, right across from the bank. This becomes the tunnel's entry point. Then the digging begins. They use a diamond-tipped drill to get through the 30-centimeter thick garage wall, costing them about 5,000 euros. They bore multiple holes side by side until an adult can squeeze through. The noise is enormous, but nobody raises the alarm, perhaps thanks to thick, sound-absorbing blankets draped over the machinery, and the ever-busy Berlin traffic, drowning out the racket. Drilling through takes at least 3 hours, but then comes months of hard labor, tunneling under harsh conditions. Berlin's soil is mostly sandy, easy to dig, but unstable and prone to collapse. The diggers use hundreds of wooden boards and thousands of corner bracings, just like in real mining. This painstaking effort takes several months, likely done mostly at night to minimize chances of discovery. For a tunnel this size, they'd have to remove around 120 tons of earth, about 75 cubic meters. There's no way to use a big truck in the low garage. Instead, the robbers load the dirt into discrete station wagons and drop it at various locations around the city, making about 250 trips, all without anyone noticing. Only after the fact do witnesses come forward to say they saw suspicious activity. Their navigation underground is another marvel. 4 meters deep with no GPS or vision, yet they manage to carve a passage that curves, either by mistake or to dampen the sound or avoid obstacles, and land exactly at the vault's reinforced wall, 80 centimeters thick. Early on Saturday, January 12, 2013, they break through the final barrier using their drill again, but they nearly blow their cover. While working, they trip a motion detector. A security guard responds, but he checks the bank's main room, not the basement vault, which he isn't authorized or able to enter. He doesn't call the police, probably assuming it's just a false alarm from a mouse or a spider. That mistake buys the thieves the extra hours they need. Now inside, they pry open hundreds of deposit boxes. Out of 1,600 boxes, only about 900 are rented. The burglars don't know what's inside any of them, but luck is on their side. Some boxes have only paperwork, but others are crammed with jewelry or wads of cash. In total, the loot from 207 boxes adds up to about 10 million euros, jewelry, money, and valuables. They spend a staggering 50 hours undisturbed in the vault, even drinking Polish beer, according to the cans they leave behind. Then, just as they arrived, the thieves escape back through their tunnel. But before leaving, they try to set fires along the tunnel and inside the vault, hoping to destroy evidence. It doesn't work. The lack of oxygen in the tunnel prevents the fire from spreading. Despite this, investigators still manage to recover clues, and a large reward is posted, up to 100,000 euros. The case is even featured on national TV. And yet, to this day, not a single suspect has been caught. The statute of limitations for such a crime in Germany is 10 years, the same as the maximum penalty. If the thieves are still around, they may have toasted to their success with another cold Polish beer exactly 10 years later, safe from prosecution. And there are still unanswered questions that haunt this case. Why did the robbers leave behind valuables and cash totaling millions? Did they come for something else, like incriminating documents or traces of illegal activity? Was the handful of previous break-ins at this branch, including a stolen laptop and an earlier attempt to breach the vault, just a coincidence? Or test runs to study security response? The tunnel heist of Steglitz is more than a daring robbery. It remains one of Germany's greatest crime mysteries. And while the story sounds like a movie, the real-life consequences are much harder to swallow. Many of the victims didn't have insurance on their safety deposit boxes. Although the fine print made that clear, some felt the bank never warned them enough. Elderly customers lost their life savings. Some even faced financial ruin overnight. An interest group of victims managed to negotiate with the bank, and in most cases, they reached a settlement. But nothing can undo the pain and loss endured by innocent people, proving once more that however captivating the heist story, the fallout is far from Hollywood.